What's up guys, my name's Scott with Otter PR. Today I want to talk to you about getting your music covered in the media. So the first thing you need to know is when do you want to cover your music, or when do you want to start pitching your music and your story. So I always recommend starting about 4 to 6 weeks before your release. That's because you need to get some time to get people to take a look at it, send some early copies, and get some reviews. So the next thing we need to do is figure out a way to release early copies without sending it on YouTube or anything, so that way it's still private. So you can use YouTube and you can unpublish it. You can use SoundCloud and keep it private. That way you can actually send out direct links. Alright, so the next step you're going to do is you want to make a media kit. So an electronic media kit, there's a whole bunch of websites and services that allow you to make beautiful media kits with images, links to sound, things like that. You want to make sure that all of this is electronic and done through links, because when you're pitching, you're not going to be able to attach a file, and if you're emailing someone, you also do not want to attach a file because they won't open the email and they will not download any random downloads unless they know you. So it's very important that all of this is electronic, and that if you're trying to do a grand release of this product, you want to make sure that they're unlisted, so only people that you send it to see it. From there, you're going to want to write a press release. Writing the press release is really important. So your title of your press release is the most important part. I've talked about press releases before, but basically the title is like the subject of an email. So you want to explain in just a few words why this is so important to get covered. So what are you guys doing different? Is there anyone involved in this? Are there celebrities involved with this? Whatever you can talk about to capture the attention of the journalist, the reviewer, the editor. From there, you're going to want to write a short description, less than a paragraph, just kind of quick. Think about it as an email style bulleted almost message of what the music is and why it's so important. Now, after you've covered this, you can go into a little bit more details about the artist's background, the background of the music, and kind of why it's important, and potentially even throw in some quotes in there, whether it's your quote or someone involved in the project or a celebrity that's endorsing you, anything like that. And then with your press release, you want to summarize that with contact information. So I always recommend just using your email and having them reach out to you by email. So now that you've done this wire release, you've distributed it, good chance nothing happened. Terrible, I'm so sorry. So what do we do now? This is when pitching becomes important. And this is a lot of times why artists use media agencies in the first place. But what you want to do to pitch is you got to build a pitch list. This is where we're actually going to get a targeted list of people to reach out to. You can do this by Googling music reviews and finding people that write about music. So once you find these blogs, these forums, these magazines, you're going to go ahead and go to the contact page, find the email of a journalist or an editor there, preferably not their info at email, because you're less likely to get a response. If you can find a specific person to pitch to, you're going to do a lot better. And start creating this list. Get their name, the magazine, some articles they've written, and then their email. So now you have a list maybe of 100 people. This does take some time, but it's valuable. What you want to do is start pitching them one-offs. So you're going to take that press release and that media kit you've created, and you're going to make a pitch to them, talking 1 to 2 paragraphs. You'll link directly to your music. That's where you'll actually send that unpublished list, and make a custom email. So do one at a time and actually comment on the work that editor's done. So say, hey, I saw your review on this. My music's in the same genre. It has this new age feel to it, X, Y, and Z, and this is why I think it'd be great to cover. Here's a pre-release track. I'd love to get your feedback, guys. And so you do this one-off, one at a time, and try to build a relationship with them. And maybe they'll respond to you and say, hey, this isn't a good one, but next time reach out to me. But again, that's why it's important to do one-offs, to build this relationship. And here's where you'll actually get your story picked up and have a chance to get reviews done. The more you can do to build that relationship with individual editors and journalists is going to get your story picked up in the future. So maybe the first time you do a release for your music, you don't get any hits. But what you do get is a couple relationships that you can start building. And think about this as your friend. You want to build that relationship with your friend, so eventually they will want to work with you. All right, guys, so that's how to write a press release for music and eventually get it picked up. If you have any questions, reach out to otterpr.com at any time, and we'll be here to help you. Thank you.